Hello there, Wastecasters. Thanks for joining me again for another thrilling episode of my vlog. I've just woken up. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:24 a.m.
Alexa, where am I?
You're at Beach Road, Cewstoke Signet Hospital in Weston-super-Mare.
That's my Alexa giving me the time and my location, just in case anybody was wondering about what that was.
Sorry, but I couldn't find what
Shut
you're
up,
looking
Alexa.
for.
I just read some stuff on Gemini about disaster preparedness. Saw this article, I sent it to my brother about a week ago, in the BBC News, saying that the government has issued a stark warning to all of the British populace to have what they call grab bags ready with 72 hours worth of supplies in them. And it's kind of, I don't want to be like a doomsday prepper, but it's kind of important in a lot of ways to listen to these kind of advices, because it's not just like nuclear war scenarios. There could be scenarios where we lose power or internet or infrastructure or things that, we rely on, and we all need to be rounded up into kind of FEMA camps or places where, once there's 3 days, there's no supermarket food left on the shelves. We need to be kind of fed and funneled and managed as a populace, much like the people are in Gaza. Hopefully we won't all be getting shot to bits at the queue for drinking water and food like the poor victims of the Gazan genocide. But I don't know how far we are away from that, actually. I mean, not the genocide, but the disaster. I mean, there's timescales being set out between Ukraine and Russia and the UK, and peace talks are not getting much coverage in the general press. So here's what it says on Gemini about disaster preparedness. The UK government, I said, has issued warnings and advice to the public to be ready for a wartime scenario and to pack a bag of supplies such as food, drinking water and torches to last up to 72 hours. What is the official advice from the British state, and can you provide sources for the information? The UK government, particularly through its Prepare campaign on gov.uk, strongly advises the public to be prepared for a range of emergencies, including potential wartime scenarios. Its preparedness extends to having an emergency kit with supplies to last up to 72 hours. Here's a summary of the official advice and where to find it. Official advice from the British state, gov.uk Prepare campaign. The overarching message from the government is to take simple steps to be more prepared for emergencies, be informed about hazards and get involved in community support. This includes preparing for situations where essential services like power, gas or water might be disrupted. Key recommendations to include emergency kit, or a grab and go bag as it's referred to. The government, often in conjunction with organisations like the British Red Cross, advises assembling a kit with essentials to last for 72 hours. This kit should be easily portable in case of evacuation. Water, at least 3 litres of bottled water per person per day. Food, non-perishable, ready-to-eat food that doesn't require cooking, for example, tinned meat, fruit, vegetables, energy bars and UHT milk. Don't forget a manual can opener. Lighting, a battery-operated or wind-up torch with spare batteries. Torches are safer than candles. Communication, a battery-operated or wind-up radio to receive updates during power cuts. A portable power bank for mobile phones. First aid, a comprehensive first aid kit including basics like plasters, bandages, antiseptic, sterile gloves and any regularly prescribed medications. Hygiene and sanitation, hand sanitizer, wet wipes, toiletries, sanitary supplies and heavy-duty plastic bags for waste. Documents and money, copies of important documents, insurance policies, ID, birth certificates in a waterproof bag with some cash and some credit cards. Tools and safety, they recommend a penknife, a whistle and spare keys to your home and to your car. Clothing and shelter, a complete change of clothing and sturdy footwear, waterproof clothing, a hat, gloves and a blanket or sleeping bag for each household member. Special items, baby supplies, nappies, formula, pet food, water, spare glasses or contact lenses if applicable. Know your home's utilities. Understand where and how to turn off your gas, electricity and water supplies in an emergency in case of leaks or floods. Important contact information: keep a paper list of essential phone numbers, doctors, close relatives, local council, power cut helpline 105 in England, Scotland and Wales. Emergency planning: discuss an emergency plan with your family and friends, including potential meeting points and communication strategies. Staying informed: tune into the local radio, TV and internet news sources for official advice during an emergency. The general advice is to go in, stay in and tune in. Car kit: also consider having a smaller emergency kit in your car with items like warm clothing, blankets, a high visibility jacket, snacks, water, a shovel for winter and a first aid kit. The sources for the information: the primary source for this official advice is the UK government's Prepare campaign website. You can use that link there. I'll maybe try and stick it in the description. Specifically, Get Prepared for Emergencies section provides details on emergency kits. Additional reliable sources that echo and often elaborate on government advice include the British Red Cross, who've got a dedicated section on their website for preparing for emergencies, including a detailed breakdown of what to include in an emergency kit. Local council have also published stuff on it. Many local councils in the UK provide their own emergency preparedness guidance, often linking back to .gov.uk and reinforcing the key messages. For example, Denbighshire Council has a useful PDF guide. There's a link to that there. Northern Ireland's direct government's got one as well. It says in recent reports such as the National Security Strategy 2025 also highlight the government's focus on national resilience and preparing society for potential threats, including wartime scenarios. While these strategic documents set the broader context, the practical advice for citizens is consolidated on the Prepare campaign website. I don't really know what to make of it. Like, there's a part of me that just sort of thinks, might just be a bit of a storm in a teacup, and is it really worth going out and getting a rucksack and filling it up with tin food and water? I bought my brother a hand crank radio for his birthday, amongst some other goodies that I got him. It's got a torch on it, it's got a phone charger on it, it's got an SOS emergency button on it so you can be found, and it's a radio so you can listen to the public service information broadcasts if there is like a massive power cut or whatever. But I just, it sort of seemed a bit ridiculous when I got it. It was a bit like, here's something you're never going to need or use. But if it does need it or use it, having one is so much more useful than one. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know how much truth there is in it. If you do, and you work for the Ministry of Defence and if we're about to have a war, please do leave a comment, and maybe Builder Bob, who comments on every video, will be able to enlighten me on how they're preparing for the coming war. I don't know, maybe there won't be one, but if there is one, I think the best thing that we can do is probably try and be prepared, I guess.